So we look at a lot of divisions in culture and sociology, but one of the main ones that we look at is what is the difference between ideal culture and real culture. So quick definitions of each. Ideal culture is what we say society is like, but it's through some pretty rose-colored glasses. And what that means is that we see what we want to see and we say what we want to say instead of giving an accurate interpretation of what society can be like. Real culture says this is what it's actually like. So I want to do a couple of examples that show you the difference. So in ideal culture, we say crime rates are lower than they have ever been. Well, than they have been in the last 40 years. And while that's a true statement, we're looking at it from a very positive viewpoint, because on the other side, we're still seeing a lot of juvenile crime. We're still seeing a lot of drugs. And these have not shown declines in the last 40 years, which means that we can look at this and say, oh yeah, the world's all around better and everything's great. Or we can say crime rates might be lower, but that doesn't mean bad things, even more so than these two areas where it hasn't declined, aren't still happening. Another one. Maybe not so much in today's society anymore, but an example from the past used to be that we believed nobody had sex before they were married. That's what we said. It was inappropriate. It was against social norms. However, even back in the 60s and 70s, there were still abortions, teen moms, etc. In an ideal culture, life is still very leave it to beaver. Mom keeps house clean and kids nurtured. Dad works. And while this may still be true in certain subcultures like the LDS culture, in most of society what we're seeing today is either both parents working and kids in daycare, or even we're seeing increases in mom being the primary breadwinner. So essentially, we have, if culture were according to Leave It to Beaver sitcoms where everything was perfect, versus real culture where this is actually what's happening out in society.